Din, 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 din. Hello, everybody. It's Jim White. We're back here with your deadline day coverage. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hello, everybody. We're back in the cupboard. We're back here discussing Leeds United and all the latest rumours. And it appears to have kicked off thoroughly. And we're going to be here for the remainder of the day as well. We're going to be discussing all the Leeds United news and all that sort of good stuff. So make sure you are tuning in. Let's get into a few of your comments. New intro with a new sounding accent. Yeah, mate, I won't be doing that. Morning. Yeah, shocking. Terrible that. I think I got a bit nervous because all you guys are in the building. Morning, Connor, and all in the chat. Hello. Imagine us having an exciting deadline day. It looks like it, mate. It looks like we're actually going to have a deadline day where we can be excited. A deadline day where Connor's actually got content. He's actually got content, everybody. I'm not going to get people coming in just going, he's talking SHIT, which, you still might, but we actually have content. So shout out to all of you guys. Please make sure you are liking the video as always. And as I say, we're going to be with you throughout the entire day, so stay tuned. Let's get on to the big news anyway. Assignon. Have you heard of him? Probably haven't. I hadn't. But he plays a big part in today's deadline day. Assignon is a player that Burnley have been looking at, a Belgian right back who looks like he's going to be coming in. And that is massive when it comes to the complications of the deal with Leeds United. Why? Because Burnley are getting a right back in. And they are getting a right back in because the simple process is it looks like Connor Roberts is going to be coming to Leeds United. Lyle Thomas has been brilliant when it comes to activity, transfer activity. He's been excellent. He's got pretty much everything on the money this window. Phil and all the rest of them do seem to quote him quite a bit, as well as Mike McGrath. I've always told every single one of you when it comes to rumours, there is one guy outside of Leeds who you really need to properly trust. If you don't want to trust some of the people I have on the channel, it is Mike. Mike is excellent. And yeah, it seems like he's got a lot right, so keep an eye on his Twitter account as well. But Assignon, the player, is expected to fly over to the UK early this afternoon to have a medical. The deal may have implications for current right back Connor Roberts, who has had interest from Leeds United this month. That's Sky Sports official. We all know that this is going to be a big deal for Leeds. It means that Archie can go in central midfield. It means we can have a little bit more dynamism when it comes to that midfield quartet. It means that overall Leeds United are going to be stronger. Now you look at Connor Roberts for someone like Jed Spence, Connor Roberts for someone like Luke Ayling. Is that an upgrade? Yes, it is definitely an upgrade. And that's what we've all been looking at right now, especially on the channel. I know a lot of you guys are very intelligent people, and we're now looking at it and thinking to ourselves, well, Leeds are actually upgrading. It's not just going to be a downgrade. I think Connor Roberts, I don't think he's an impeccable signing. I don't think it's an unbelievable signing. But I think Connor Roberts is someone who could definitely make it in the Premier League. He's someone who could get the job done. He's probably someone, in my opinion, on the same sort of level as maybe Manuel Benson. We're going to speak about him in just a little bit. But he's probably on the same level as Manuel Benson when it comes to, it's not properly worked out for him as such this season under Vincent Kompany. But if you actually look at Connor Roberts' entire career under someone like Sean Dyche, a different manager with different system, he's been very useful. And another leader. I said this when we were first linked with him. He's a leader. He's experienced. He's got promotion. I think that's absolutely essential in the race for promotion. We're on the in for Roberts, Connor. It doesn't look like it, mate. It looks like we're in for a fair few. Morning, Connor, says Lee. Has it been the calm before the storm with players coming in? Hope so. New intro song with accent, mate. We're gonna have to up that when we go on stream. We're gonna be doing multiple streams today. That was terrible. Russ says, morning, fellow One Leeds fans. Hope you're all good. Thank you, my friend. Loads of the members in the chat as well. Seems like we're after a centre-back as well. Guys, what you should be doing as well, you're mental if you're not doing this. There's a link in the description below for SofaScore, an affiliate link with me, One Leeds. I've partnered up with them. You can get a profile on Connor Roberts. You can get a profile on Manuel Benson. You can look at all the analytics behind these people for absolutely free. Hit the link in the description below. Absolutely free of charge. If you sign up with One Leeds. So make sure you do that anyway. We tried to bid for Worrell at Forest, but they wanted a permanent deal. Let's get on to that. Leeds, according to very, very good sources. Very, very good sources. I believe it's Romano as well. I think Mike's touched on it. Just looking at the iPad here, I think he has. Leeds have gone in for Worrell as well. Now, why this is interesting is because I mentioned on a short the other day, I don't think this would be a bad signing. I think, interestingly enough, I'd probably keep an eye on Cooper. If they've officially gone for Worrell, which it looks like they have, I would keep an eye on Liam Cooper for this one, because if Worrell comes in, Cooper's going to go down further down the pecking order. They want a permanent deal. I don't think, £6 million for Joe Worrell in today's market, someone who would essentially, I mentioned the other day, he's obviously a little bit younger, isn't he, than Liam Cooper, but they're very, very similar. But I probably would edge Joe Worrell a little bit in terms of a player. And then you get in two championship vets in Worrell and Roberts. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. I really wouldn't. Now, the interesting thing about this, everyone, for me, the interesting thing about this is, what is the situation with Pascal Strout? What is the situation with him? For me, he could be in trouble, behind the scenes, which is not great. But what is great is, and it's annoyed me, everyone, I'll be honest, that they're leaving it this late. It feels disorganised. It feels rushed. It's great as a fan because we're all sitting there going, oh my God, who are we going to get? But it does feel extremely annoying that Leeds United have decided to press on the gas at this point. We're rumoured for about 5 players from very good sources overnight. So it's almost like they're going, well, let's go here, let's go there, let's go there. Let's ask him about them, about him, them about him. And we've known the situation. We know what the situation is with Strauch. We know he's going to be out, but maybe they've just got a little bit of a nudge from Price, who's just said, look, he's going to be out for a while. As I say, the adductor injury is going to keep this guy out for a while, isn't it, in general? That's a little bit of a worry for me. So, yeah, listen, looks like Strout may be out for a little bit of time. That's why they're trying to get Worrell in. They want someone through the door who's of championship quality, someone who is a really decent addition. Now then, Connor, it's bad when Stuart Down is our best signing of the season. Oh, mate, love that. Yeah, Jason says 6 million is extortion. Yeah, 6 million is extortion. This bloody club. Connor Roberts would be a useful addition with promotion experience. I agree, mate. I agree. Let's get on to the next one. Anyway, Harry Souttar, one that's been rumoured this time by sort of source B, source C, standard, really. Not like the best. We're not talking about the elite sources, but Harry Souttar makes a lot of sense. Once again, parent club in Leicester trying to let him go. They apparently want to let him go on a permanent deal. You'd expect Harry Souttar's going to be more money than that of a Joe Worrell, but you don't know. Would it be in around 6 million quid? Obviously, Leicester being a championship club, that might influence proceedings a little bit. But yeah, one to keep an eye on there. Harry Souttar would be a proper addition. He'd be a top addition. Harry Souttar. He's a really good player. Someone who I've liked from a distance for a while. He's massive. Would give us so much defending corners and attacking corners as well. He's a top addition at this level, Harry Souttar. And I actually would argue that he's Leicester's best centre back, and he just doesn't play. Captain of Australia, it'd be a top addition. That Forest have to sell due to their FFP situations. They've just recruited Gio Reyna on loan from Dortmund. Okay, right, Derek. Volume is low, buddy. Yeah, a few people saying that now. Hold on a sec. Just let me know if that's any better. Should be a little bit better. As I say, just let me know, everyone, and then we can move with that. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, just let me know. Obviously, if there's a few issues there. Oh, it does seem a little bit low. Yeah. Let's have a look and see if that's a little bit better. Sounds fine to me. Is it okay? Yeah. Volume is fine. Okay. Mic gain. We'll try up that a little bit. Yeah. As I say, guys, just let me know, and we can move. I might be going the wrong way with it, to be fair. This is the brutal nature of technical difficulties. On and on and on. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit louder. How about that? But yeah, overall, I think that'd be a really nice addition, Harry Souttar. If you're going to give me sort of a choice between Harry Souttar and someone of the likes of Joe Worrell, I'd be going for Harry Souttar. Much better. I think Harry Souttar is a long-term plan. He's only young, as I've said, captain of Australia. He'd be a right addition. So yeah, guys, I think when we're looking at additions, that's about it. We saw rumours yesterday. I don't know if you guys did, but Sam Byram, there's potential that he's going to be out for a certain amount of time. Good news, Derek. I'm happy to hear that, mate. And thank you everybody in the chat for letting me know that. It helps. Yeah, but we've been hearing a lot when it comes to additions for other clubs as well, and additions for Leeds United. But I think these ones will be very, very nice, very, very solid additions. But as I said, we're hearing that obviously they were after Chris Mepham, they've been after Joe Worrell now, they've been after Harry Souttar. I think it's more and more and more obvious now that they are going in for a centre back as well. So I said from the start, really, I want a right back, a left back, and a centre back. So it looks, everybody, that we're not going to be going in for a left back, which does make me a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused by the whole thing. There's several people talking about Connor Roberts. It looks like that one is going to be done, which is good news for Leeds United. Obviously, a little bit of an artillery backup there. But in terms of thanks a lot for that, Paul Jabber. Really appreciate that, mate. But yeah, it does annoy me a little bit that we're not going to be going for a left back. But that, for me, just states that Daniel Farke is a massive fan of. He's a massive fan of Sam Byerman and Junior Firpo as a combo. You know, that's clearly how they're thinking about this. So let's get into a couple of other things that we've maybe seen this morning. Are we allergic to left backs? I think that's the thing, mate. Yeah, it's right backs, and yeah, I get the right back thing, but it looks like Forest having to sell is interesting because you would see. I'm trying to figure out if it is a loan or a permanent for Connor Roberts there. You would expect it's probably going to be a loan to permanent. But it's interesting how Leeds have gone for a loan with Mepham, they've gone for a loan with Worrell, and potentially they're going for a loan with Connor Roberts as well. So yeah, you do wonder if Leeds are just sort of looking at that and thinking to themselves, you know, we can't really be affording that. We don't really be wanting to get him on a permanent signing. We kind of want to wait a little bit, and then we'll see what's what. For me, Roberts will be a waste. He'll be 30 next season, and will not be good enough if we get to the Prem. That's why it's going to be interesting, Spen, if he is a sort of, I don't know, if he is almost just like a loan option. Scum interested in Jared Branthwaite of Everton, which would scupper a move for Ben Godfrey to join Leeds. Yeah, I don't think that's happening anyway, Russ, but thanks for that update, mate. But yeah, as I say, I don't think we're going to be told that it's going to be a loan deal. Fair enough. So yeah, Benson is the other one. Benson is the other one, everyone, who is in the title. Now, it looks like there is apparently one club who are very, very, very interested in Benson. Obviously, we know it's Southampton, but that's obviously been scuppered a little bit with David Brooks. And there has been a certain Leeds United who have been interested in this. Jody, I've not spoken about Ben Godfrey. Someone's asked me about him and I've just responded. It was a two second response. But Manuel Benson's the interesting one. You know, I don't know what would happen there, but yeah, I agree with you, Jonesy. And maybe it's one to keep an eye on when we're looking at Nonso. And if that one will get done, if he's going to get a contract, who knows? But maybe Jaden Anthony as well. Will he go back? We've seen mental days when it's come to Leeds United. Mental days. But if Nonso isn't signed new contracts and that's been scuppered or whatever, and there is one other club apparently looking at Manuel Benson, is that going to be Leeds United? As I say, there's no way. It might be a foreign club, but there's no way Southampton are looking at him anymore either. So, yeah, keep an eye on Manuel Benson. And he says 49ers trying to get promotion on the cheap. No thought or planning. I am a little bit vexed by it, Andy. I think the fact that it's almost just like throw muck at a wall in the last day. And I get everybody's excited. It's nice looking at it and thinking, oh, we're excited, we're in for players. But if you take a step back and looking at this rationally, it is a little bit like, well, why is all this sort of stuff happening now? Why is the closure? I understand, like, for example, Burnley looking at a right back today. Now, if that right back comes in, that's the domino effect for Leeds United going for Roberts. I understand that. But when you're looking at them going for Souttar, when you're looking at them going for Worrell, when you're looking at them like sort of looking and making moves with signings like that and actually putting offers in as of yesterday and last night, that's just very confusing to me. As I say, unless what I will say to them is unless they've had some bad news about Pascal Strout, and they've been told he's going to be out for a longer period of time and he doesn't trust Cooper and he obviously doesn't trust Cresswell. If that is the case, then you've got to look at it and think, well, fair enough there, you know. But aside from that, I do think a lot of the business that Leeds have been doing appears to have been in and around the last sort of 3 to 4 days in terms of just asking about players, which, yeah, is a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at a couple of other deals. What else? What else is going on? When we're looking at the players that Leeds United are interested in when it comes to Souttar and Godfrey, Sheffield United want a centre back today, and Leicester City's prime target is Harry Souttar. So whether or not that's going to be a thing, who knows? But obviously they'll have more of a pull than Leeds United. I don't really see that one being done. Nottingham's Forest, Joe Worrell and Ben Godfrey are also targets for Chris Wilder. So whether or not we are just names in that conversation, whether or not Leeds have actually been in for these players, or we've just been put into articles where it's all Leeds are now interested in Harry Souttar, Leeds are now interested in Joe Worrell. Are we actually, are these confirmed deals? We're sort of getting told we are, but if Sheffield United have sort of listed our 3 targets as their 3 targets, that seems very unusual. It's almost as if we're just being put in that conversation to drive up a bid or whatever it may be. But Leeds are obviously not going to get Worrell or Souttar done today if we are in fact just asking for a loan, because Sheffield United might just ask for a loan, but the difference is they're Premier League. Sheffield United's hope of landing Leicester City, Harry Souttar ahead of the deadline appeared to be dead in the water. Sheffield Star, there you go, a little bit of information there. I guess the difference there is it's going to be like the Luke Thomas situation. Remember, Luke Thomas chose Sheffield United over Leeds United, and the reason behind that was because Leicester didn't want to deal with teams in their division. And obviously when it came to Leeds United, we are not only in their division, but rivals for the title as well. So is that going to happen? Are they going to deal with Leeds United? The Roberts one is probably the one that's going to get done. I think is like we all know. I think that's probably going to be the obvious one. But do Leeds, in your opinion, everybody, need to do more? Do we need to do more? Jason Lee says, I would stick with Cooper over Worrell. Yeah, I don't think that's one to melt down over. One to melt down over when it comes to, not getting a Joe Worrell. Because like I said, Cooper's there. I do think Worrell's probably a little bit of a better footballer. But yeah, I wouldn't melt down if we didn't get bloody Joe. I wouldn't melt down anyway. But if we didn't get Worrell, I wouldn't be like massively upset. Harry Souttar would be a lovely addition. That'd be a really lovely addition. I think Harry Souttar is one of those where you take a step back and look at it and go, ooh, that's nice. I'm a massive fan of that. That's a really good addition. Yeah, Robert says, use SofaScore for a while now, and it's a great app for players and matches. What I do, everyone, download SofaScore. Links in the description below. For today, they'll have a deadline day section. It's so worth it. It's better than Sky Sports, better than anything. I use it all the time, hence why I emailed them to partner up. Free, in the link in the description below. Russ has said, Sheffield Star understands that the players' representative vetoed the idea of him moving to Bramall Lane amid news that Leeds are all interested. Is that right, Russ? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Why would they veto that if Leeds were interested? But yeah, as Bjorn says, these names must be loan deals, if anything. I agree. Daniel, hi, Daniel. DF and 49ers on the same page. Leeds is a long-term club, not a short-term club. I hope you're right, Daniel, and you'd hope for that, buddy. You'd hope for that. Souttar is currently, thanks for your donation, Dan, as well. He's on international duty in the Asian Cup tomorrow, being held in Qatar. Australia have a quarter-final against South Korea. Yeah, he's obviously captain as well. Yeah, Jonesy. Don't know how SofaScore can notify about goals so fast before LETV radio. Yeah, they are very, very quick. Before LiveScore as well. There you go. That's another one. They are quicker than LiveScore, who are their rivals. I feel like fans are forgetting the fact that that all the rats are returned at the end of the season. They'll need paying. If we are promoted, then their wages go back up too, hence the lack of signings. Now, yeah, they've got to look at them. They've got to look at the rats who are coming back and the ones that we can't sell. You're looking at Brendan Aronson, you're looking at Christensen. You're not going to be able to sell these players. They're going to come back to Leeds United on a decent wage. They're going to come back to Leeds United potentially expecting minutes. And if they're not sold, then they're not sold. They need to be sold on, but if they're not, then they're not. Loft says, I think we'll get 2 or 3 in today. Dan has said, I said at the start of the window, Farke keeps saying players who could go have a little game time. So why not just get them in on the 1st of Jan and get them up to speed? I agree, Dan. I agree. Listen, I'm happy with it. I'm happy we're actually moving for defensive options, but it's a little bit annoying that these movements are just being made right now. Right now, it's just so Leeds United, isn't it? It's so Leeds United, and I think we had it last Jan, didn't we, with McKennie and all this sort of stuff, where it was a little bit more active. But McKennie was like the last couple of days, wasn't he? Other Championship deals: Sunderland hopeful of Barnsley Styles, which is a good addition. I like Callum Styles; he's a good player. Looks like Palestri could be leaving in Scum. Palace have obviously brought in Warburton from Blackburn. Burnley doing a bit of movement as well. Pritchard joining Birmingham from Sunderland. That's a quality bit of business, you know. That's a quality bit of business. Birmingham have been doing quite a bit, haven't they? Obviously joining up with Mowbray. I like that a lot, though. Bournemouth doing more deal. Forest in talks with the goalkeeper. One loan at best today. Yeah, that's what I'm at. I'm where I'm at that point, to be honest, Dave. If we get another centre back in, surely Cresswell goes. Yeah, you'd expect it. Or Cooper, maybe. Connor, are you surprised that Betis have not brought Rocker outright this window? I am, mate. Yeah, I thought that'd be an obvious one, to be honest. I really thought that would be one that gets done, but there'll be some contractual complication in there. But yeah, he'll definitely be moving there. They love him out there. Forest have signed an 18-year-old Portuguese lad after the GK. Have Bournemouth signed a new striker? Kiefer Moore could be on the move. Personally, I'd have him over another winger like Benson. Yeah, I'd agree, mate. I think you know, a striker would be if they're going to keep Willian on. So what's the point in going out and getting another winger? You might as well just go and get a striker. 49ers going down on deadline day. Yeah. I'd still love a creative midfielder. Have we conquered the low block teams yet? That'd be probably bringing someone in like Benson who would help that, I guess. Right, guys, this is your first edition. This is going to be your first edition. We'll schedule in some more sort of deadline day stuff, but we're going to be going on till late this evening. So make sure you stay in contact with One Leeds for that one. Keep an eye on the Twitter. Make sure you download SofaScore for all your Connor Roberts news and your analytics and stuff like that. And we'll be back very soon, everybody. I'll catch you in a bit. Cheers.